In this video, I am going to take you guys along with me as I shoot a show. So over the past weekend, I had the opportunity of photographing one of the bands. I actually really like them, by the way. It's a band called Knife Dance, and they're based out of Massachusetts. So they're more of like the heavier side, hardcore style type of band, and their shows are more of a hardcore style type. One of the biggest things I do is I always have a really, really wide lens. Smaller shows will tend to be hardcore shows will tend to be in smaller venues usually. They don't tend to bring in shows of like 12,000 people where you're on a big stage. If anything, you're in the basement of a church sometimes, actually, or you might be in like a small corner area. So you'll want to get like a really, really wide lens. So normally with me, I pack a wide lens, I pack a medium lens, because a medium lens will also be very tight in those areas. So I can get like face shots and head shots and stuff like that. I can also get closer to the drummer. I can get a lot more when it comes to the bassist and stuff like that. Also, when it comes to instruments, like showcasing certain instruments if they're like super cool. And, you know, if there's a certain guitar that has a specific design to it. A lot of guitarists will have a guitar that speaks to them, the same way a photographer or videographer has a camera that speaks to them. And one of the most important things is making sure you get that photo with that in there. Because, well, it's not just about musicians and it's not just about the crowd, but also the instruments that they use, because if they weren't using instruments, you wouldn't be at a rock show. Inside my bag, I pack my wide lens, I pack my medium lens. Now, most hardcore shows or heavier shows, I'm only going to bring one camera, not two. Some shows I will actually bring two cameras to. For this one, I only brought one camera. And with one camera, I did bring three lenses for this one, actually, because I did try out a new lens. And in my next video, I will talk more about that lens, because boy, that was my absolute favorite lens. Getting started with everything packed up, I also do bring a flash, by the way. I know that's a very controversial thing when it comes to shows, is bringing a flash, but to be honest with you, it is a dark room a lot of times. A lot of venues, when it comes to hardcore shows, it tends to be very dark, not the greatest of lighting, and they usually have that direct flash look. But a lot of photos I've noticed online kind of have that really pulled down highlight, and it's like really, really kind of just, I don't know, it loses a lot of its detail, if you will, or flattens the detail more or less. I bring my flash because you need it. At a lot of shows like this, it's a necessity. Once I get to the venue, the first thing I want to do is I want to walk up to the band. I want to, shake their hand, let them know I have my stuff on me, give them a quick heads up of what I plan on doing. But most of the time, I'm going to get there at doors, because I'm also going to take a couple of photos throughout some of the openers. I use them to post on social media, Instagram, and just to kind of showcase the night. Also, it's nice to have at least one or two photos for the openers that you can give them and say, here you go. Sometimes it actually generates business, which is kind of cool. And you meet new people, and you make new friends, and you also get to listen to new music, which is also pretty cool. Once I get to the venue, I've introduced myself, I get all my stuff situated, I start getting my exposure set up. I'm going to run through the venue, and I'm going to get my exposure set up. I'm going to check my flash for the first couple sets, choose the lenses that I need. Do I need a wide angle? Do I need my special lens? Do I need my tight lens? What lenses am I going to be using? From there, I'm going to go ahead and grab my flash. I'm going to get my flash exposure set up. But when it comes to flash, it's the lowest brightness. Almost all the time am I shooting at its absolute lowest brightness, because all I'm using the flash for is to fill in the shadows, nothing else. I'm not illuminating the room. The room gets illuminated by the natural lighting, because you want to still see the scene that's around you. I always have a set list on me. That's a big thing, is to always have a set list. Make sure you get the set list from the band. Always. Knowing which songs they're going to play in what order can also help you figure out which ones you're doing photo to, which ones you're doing video to. Where do you want to be during certain songs? Some songs will have a very, very heavy drum solo. Some songs will have a very, very heavy breakdown. And you want to be right there when it happens. You want to know where you're going to be when it happens. After you get the set list and you have everything all planned out, the first thing I do is I work with the drummer. During that set, I want to get a good kind of plan going, right? I don't want to be behind the drummer the whole time, but I also don't want to try to get to the drummer midway through the set. And personally, I have a history with drummers. I've worked with quite a few drummers. I've filmed a few drum sets. To me, drummers tend to be my favorite part of the show. So the first thing I'm going to do throughout the first song is work with the drummers. Then after the first song, I get photo and video. I'm going to dip out, go into the crowd, and I'm going to start focusing on the singer. I do that kind of stuff before everyone gets completely crazy, because as people get crazy and heavier into the songs, I want to be involved with the crowd and I want to start getting crowd shots. And that is how I rolled this entire weekend. So after taking photos of Tim and after taking photos of Max and Dallas, after taking care of Kyle, I dipped out to the crowd, went around, and I was able to get a lot of the crowd shots. One of the biggest things about a small venue and having a good amount of people is how packed it actually gets. And you want to show the energy. You really want to bring the energy out so you can see it. So throughout this, as you've noticed, I have had a POV being displayed over time so you guys can see right from my chest exactly what I was doing. So I had my Insta 360 Go Ultra strapped to me while being able to do all of this so you can see. Throughout this video, you've seen photos that were posted based on what I've done. And if you want to check out the videos, if you want to see more of those photos, you can always follow me on Instagram at anthonymcgill.co and also on TikTok, I believe is the same name, and on Threads, which is also the same name. There's pretty much everywhere you can see photos, you'll probably see mine. But that is everything that I do at a show. That is pretty much what goes on through my head while photographing the show, making sure I get every detail and showcasing how to tell a story. If you guys do have any other questions, please feel free to drop a comment down below, like this video, subscribe if you want to see more videos like this. And until the next video, I'll see you then. Wait, I have no clue how to end videos. Hold on. That has been my biggest struggle, is ending videos.
That was pretty good.
No, that was fucking terrible. No, it's the how to end it out. Like coming up with some kind of like phrase, you know? If you guys have any other questions in terms of how to photograph a show, what I do or what goes through my head when photographing, please feel free to drop a comment down below. Without further ado, I will see you guys in my next video. Keep rocking, keep shooting, and have a good night.